Hi everyone, this is Alicia Gagg. I'm an ambassador diamond with ItWorks. Guys, I have along with me some really amazing leaders on our team, and we're excited to share just some really good information with you guys. I am approaching my 6-year anniversary with ItWorks actually in 8 days. And there's a lot of things that I've learned along my journey, and there's a lot of things that we've all learned along our journey that we wish we would have known when we got started. So we're just going to share some of that with you guys, and hopefully it helps you reach your goals quicker and avoid any setbacks in your journey with this company. So I'm going to get started. So something that I wish I would have known 6 years ago when I got into this business. And I say this often, and these girls probably on here have heard me say it, but it was a setback that I had very early on. And it was, you can be the juiciest peach in the crop, whatever you want to call it, but not everybody is going to love peaches. Okay, so what I mean by this is you need to be yourself. You need to realize that this is an amazing opportunity for you to change your life and change your family's future, but not everybody is going to agree with it, but it doesn't matter. Okay, their opinions don't matter. Their opinions aren't going to pay your bills. And it took me a little bit to realize this. It took me a little bit to realize that some of those thoughts and some of the words and the things that I was hearing of other people were actually holding me back, but they weren't going to pay our bills. They weren't going to pay for my kids to get a car when they turn 16. They weren't going to pay for us to go on vacation. So still be a really, really juicy peach, and don't worry because not everybody likes peaches, okay? One other thing that I wish I would have known when I got started with this 6 years ago was ultimately, like, this business is for anyone and anybody can do it, but it's not for everybody. And what I mean by that is you're going to get started in this, and you're probably going to find some people to join you in this journey, but people quit. And it has no reflection upon you. It has no reflection upon like your leadership. It's just some people quit. We're not quitters. These girls here are not quitters, and you're not a quitter. What you have to realize is that we can't motivate anybody to do this business. We can't motivate anybody. We can't, what do I want to say? We can't like awaken the dead. We can't make a dead distributor come back to life. So understand that people quit. And then it's just what happens. And your job is to simply just go on to the next person, and you can help them by inspiring them to do what you're supposed to do and be signing customers and signing distributors. I mean, you doing that is just leading by example and showing them what they're meant to do. So I'm going to pass it on. Lauren Murphy, you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then you can share your tidbits of advice.
Thank you, Alicia. Hi, guys. I'm Lauren Murphy, a triple diamond with ItWorks. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you because this is definitely something that's on my mind a lot. The first thing that I really wish that I would have known is, seems basic, but print a chart. So right when you join this business, printing your executive chart. As soon as you go executive, printing your Ruby chart. I'll be very honest with you guys. I didn't print a chart until I was well over emerald and into diamond. And I was so reliant on my sponsor, which is great because she was very helpful. But I would just message her and constantly and say, okay, I just got another distributor. What do I do with it? I just got another customer. What do I do with it? Here's the thing. If I would have realized how close I was to promotions, because that chart really is your roadmap to everything, I know for a fact I would have promoted a lot faster to double diamond. Do you guys know that I sat at diamond to double from July to February, and I didn't print a double diamond chart out until January? And I think that it's because I really didn't believe in my heart that I could go double diamond. And what's amazing about that is it's only 2 more rubies from emerald to diamond. And so, I'm sorry, from diamond to double diamond. And so it was amazing that once I printed off the chart, I really realized, oh my gosh, that's all that I need. And so many times I feel like we have new distributors on our teams that are like 30 BV away from executive, and they have no idea because they never printed off that chart, right? So print off your charts, number one. My second thing is, I don't really know how to say this the good way, but I thought I was making $1 million in 1 month. Okay. So I wish somebody would have told me that your hard work doesn't show up in your first paycheck. So my first paycheck was $11. And I will never forget Erica text messaging me and saying, hey girlie, we just got paid for the first time. Or you just got paid for the first time. And I was like, yeah, and I can't even get it because it's only $11 because you have to make like $15, right? And I was so mad, you guys. I was like, I just did all this hard work. I just signed up all these distributors. Like I was boxed in Ruby and I made $11. Okay, I wanted to quit. I really did. I was like, okay, well, you said I was going to make so much money with this. Guys, it doesn't happen overnight. And just because you sign those distributors, like it takes a second for that to kind of snowball and for your paycheck to follow. So the thing I will tell you is that you will multiply that by over 1,100% if you're anything like me within a few months. But you have to kind of have that grit to get through the first paycheck. So when your first paycheck is $11 or $50 and that doesn't seem worth it to you, you have to understand you have to start somewhere. And that's the bottom line. So if you're anything like me and you wanted it yesterday, just take a deep breath and realize your next paycheck will be there. So those are my 2 tips. So I don't know who's going next, but I can just call somebody out. So I would like to pass it off to Michelle.
Thanks, Lauren. My name is Michelle Albright, and I am a diamond, and I've been in for 19 months. My first tip is to believe in yourself. I've really struggled with this on and off, back and forth, and you just have to know that you can do this. Like both of them said, let me go back to this. Don't compare yourself to somebody else, because that was another big thing of mine is, just because Maggie is, Lauren's about to go to presidential, or Maggie's, going double diamond this month, or whatever the case may be, their story is not my story. So you have to do what you can do. Like Lauren said, you're not going to get rich overnight. That was another thing for me. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make lots of money. They're telling me I'm going to make lots of money, and tomorrow I'm going to pay off 3 credit cards. Well, no, you're not. That took a few months. I have paid off 3 credit cards, but it does take time. It takes time, and you have to build your business the way that is best for you to build your business. Another thing that I've learned the hard way is not everyone's made for this business. So don't pour all of your time and your heart and your belief into one person, because they have to want it more than you want it for themselves. I went through that. I built one person all the way to Emerald because I saw the vision of what this could do for her and her family, her and her son. She was a single mom, and I wanted it so bad for her. She didn't want to put in the work to do it. So ultimately, you are building your business for you, not for somebody else. Whenever you sign people, you have to sign people for your chart, not for their chart. Because if they quit, then you've put in all this hard work for them. Not that we're not here to help each other, but primarily, first and foremost, you got into this business for you. So remember that while you're helping the people on your team because you want to see things for them too, you still have to chart for you. So that's a mistake that I've made. But at the same time, and this is going to sound weird, is your business will grow when you see the vision for other people too. Like, I know that sounds so contradictory, but it's so true. And I've heard them say, wow, I feel like I'm talking in circles because I'm contradicting myself. But at the same time, you guys, remember, you're charting and you're building this business for you, but you are in this to help other people too. So now that I've completely confused everyone and you'll make no sense at all, Chrissy, bail me out.
No, you did so good. That was perfect. So I'm Kristine Mueller, Triple Diamond with ItWorks. So I also have been in the business almost as long as Alicia. July will be 6 years for me, which is kind of crazy to kind of think about that, because I want to go into my very first thing that I wish I would have known 5.5, 6 years ago is don't dabble. Don't dabble and think you're working your business and confuse yourself into thinking you're working your business. So I thought my first 2 years I was working the business, probably my first 3 years, but I wasn't. Like, I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and not truly like giving this business my all. And whenever you do give this business your all, that's whenever you're going to see your team explode. That's when you're going to see your check double and triple and like multiply from 6 months prior to that. Don't dabble. Go all in with this business. Alicia, you know, I think you said go over a couple of them. Is that cool? Because I have a couple wrote down. Okay. So the second one that I want to go into, and I say this a lot, the more simple you keep things, the more money you're going to make. And I thought the more information I threw at people, the more likely I am to get their sale. So when I joined this business, I had like a scripted message, probably like 10 paragraphs long. I talked about the science behind the wrap. I talked about how my sister's upline makes $6,000 a month. You can do this business, and here's my website. Go ahead and click shop. And oh my God, it was a nightmare. I had a girl post on my wall that said, hey, I got some sort of spam message from you, but I went ahead and I deleted that. I'm like, that wasn't spam, that was me. And then I felt like if someone asked me a question about the wrap, I should throw them all this information about the supplements and our skincare. Only answer what has been asked from that person. So imagine you're at a restaurant and you ask them what the special is for the meal. They're not going to give you the special of the dessert. They're going to give you the special of what is on for the main course. Only answer what has been given or what has been asked by your potential. And then the other one that I wanted to say is,
let me add one thing really quick.
okay.
Just whenever, because I love that you touch base on that, and it's perfect. And I think the only thing we need to remember is KISS.
Mm-hmm.
All of our team members need to remember KISS. Keep it super simple. That's it. So I'm so glad you touched base on that.
Yeah. And it took me a really, really long time to realize, like, really, we just need to keep it simple, because less is more here. And we think that the more we throw them, the more interested they're going to be in this. Less is more. I always want them to be coming back, because if I'm giving them everything, they don't need to come back to me because they don't need any more information. So I'm only going to be giving them what they need to know right then and there. And then the last one that I want to touch base, sorry guys, there isn't anything special about all of us on here. I mean, we're all kind of special, but like there isn't anything that sets us apart from everybody else. We don't have some secret sauce. We don't have some special script that we don't share with you guys. There is absolutely nothing that sets us apart from you guys. The only thing that does is we've just completed the steps of success a few more times. We've just asked more people. We've just done a little bit more than you guys have done, but there's no reason that somebody that joins today couldn't be on one of these Zooms with us as a leader. So there's absolutely nothing that sets somebody apart from us and where they're at now, except for just talking to more people and just doing the steps of success more. So I will go ahead and hop on over to Maggie.
Thanks, Chrissy. My name's Maggie Hood, and I'm a diamond with ItWorks. And this month makes 18 months that I've been in the business. And a couple of things that I wish I would have known was that it's okay to be different. It's okay to do things a little bit differently than maybe a specific top earner in the company is working their business. I don't have to do exactly what they did to be successful. That I can do it in my own way, and I can be myself. And it took me a while to realize that. I thought maybe I had to post the same thing that they posted, or use the same wording when they were talking to someone. But just being myself and being like true to my heart and how I feel is gonna touch somebody in a different way just because I was me. So that is a big tip that I would give you, is to be true to yourself, because someone's always watching you and they're going to be able to relate to you. And that leads into my second thing that I wish I would have known, and that is just how special it is to be able to help someone make a better life for themselves and their family. And if I would have known that from the beginning, I wouldn't have held back as much, or maybe took so long to like really get started growing a team, is because now that I have grown a team, and when you really see someone's life impacted by this business, it truly makes you a better person. And it's done so much for me, just being able to share the opportunity with other single moms, and really seeing that impact their family is going to help grow you personally so much more. It's made me a better person because of that. And I think that's just because I was myself and that single mom related to me. And now not only is she making a better life for her and her family, but it's also helped me personally so much. So those are a couple things that I wish I would have known from the beginning 18 months ago. So now I'm going to pass it over to Crystal.
Thanks, Maggie. So I'm Crystal Keck. I'm a diamond, and I've been in for 4.5 years. So I want to talk about consistency. I think that's something that it's always been my keyword that I've always given as a tip, but I think it's so important, and so many other leaders can, attest to this too, that you can't go out and make a post and expect your business to blow up off of one post and then never post again. You have to be consistently posting, but not just posting. You also need to be consistently talking to new people, and building yourself, and whatever it is that you're doing with your business, you need to be consistent with. So if you decide to go party routes and not so much social media, then you need to be consistently scheduling parties and consistently getting those on the books, and reaching out and getting more people to do that. Whatever it is you're doing, do it consistently. My other one is I would talk about growing yourself. There's so much that we do in this business that we're pouring into other people. We're talking to new potentials, or potential customers, talking to our existing customers, building our team, reaching out, that kind of stuff. But you have to remember, you have to take care of yourself in this business as well. And I think that, starting out at the beginning is getting to corporate events, getting to local one team, one missions, getting to your uplines trainings. If you're St. Louis, I know we do those all the time. But find stuff in your area that you can get to help build you in this business. But as you grow, there's also personal development. And that's, realizing how of an awesome person you are and how you deserve this business and you deserve the success, because getting that in your brain is going to help you keep going. So when we talk about personal development, there's so much on our team pages that you can research and look into, books and podcasts and whatnot. But remember that you're important in this as well. So I'm going to pass this on. Megan, you can go next, honey.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Maggie Mueller. I'm a double diamond, and I have been in for a little over 3 years now. So what I wish that everybody would understand when they first start is to think about this opportunity with the long term in mind. So what I want you guys to understand is this company is so different than any other like it. I've been with other companies before ItWorks, and this is only something that you're going to learn over time as you learn about our corporate team, as you learn about our culture. So obviously that takes time, and that's why I love to communicate this to everybody on my team in the beginning. This sounds a little odd to say, but this is not one of those companies that you just want to join just to get a discount, or you just want to join just to get some amazing products. Now, of course, you're going to get that anyways. But guys, I say this with my whole heart. This is the company that's going to change your life. And it makes me emotional just saying that, because I know the weight of that statement. This company is completely structured, built by our CEO, with the concept in mind of getting families out of debt. You can completely change your family's life with this business. Like Chrissy was saying, if you want to just make a few $100 extra a month, that's amazing. And this will do that for you. You can dabble in that way. But this company can bring you home to your family. This company can retire you from your normal 9 to 5. This company can create a legacy for your family. And I think the reason all of us are sitting here is because we've all seen that opportunity and we've all started to build that for our own families. So my biggest wish for you all is just to believe that from the start and come with us on that journey, because this isn't something you just dabble in. This is the company that will pay you back for all of your hard work. And this is a company that is specifically created just to get you out of debt and just to reach your family's dreams. So do that with us. And I hope you all can see that from the very beginning. And I will pass it on to Ashley.
Guys, my name's Ashley Burley and I'm a double diamond, and I have been in for just over 3 years as well. So I have a few, but you guys have really touched on some awesome ones, so I'm going to try to keep this short. Okay, so I was one of those people that in the beginning, I really just was a dabbler, like Chrissy said, and I wish I would have known if I would have just booked my party, if I would have just gotten to events, if I would have just did these things that we tell you guys to do, I probably would have promoted way faster. And I would have caught the vision a lot faster too. And my advice is just to book that party within your first week, get to these events, make it happen. You guys will not regret it at all. And like Crystal said, we have so many events available for you guys. Just make it there. You guys are going to get that fire lit. You guys are going to get a good handle on what we are about. You're going to hear stories and you're going to learn so much from these events. So just make a point to get there. And you guys, I promise you will not regret it. I was also one of those people that didn't really see the vision until later. So the only way that I can describe this as is if you want this to change your life, make the decision and then go. Do not look back. Do not look side to side. Just go forward and just make that decision. And my other thing from experience, people, this is something that we never really want to talk about, but people are going to quit, bottom line. And it's unfortunate. And some people just maybe don't see the vision, or maybe they feel like they're not worthy. But the bottom line is you are worthy. So you need to keep going. So no matter if somebody quits on you a month in, if somebody quits on you a year in, 3 years in, whatever that may be, you are worthy of this. So you need to keep going and keep pushing forward no matter what. So I think the other one was, I love this one. Alicia says this all the time. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. So guys, you don't need to know everything about this company, the ins and outs. It's all going to come no matter what within time. Just stay excited, get to these events, and go. Just go forward. So that's it. I'm going to pass this on to Miss D.
Thank you. These were great. And actually, I think I was starting to read on mine. I'm Dee Brooks. I'm double diamond. I started, actually it's almost my year. April will be a year. I love this company. I love everything it represents, and seeing all these, a lot of these are going to kind of mesh with what I had. 2 big ones that I felt like for me, and I know I've moved, relatively fast, but when I first got into this whole thing, I guess it really, I had no intention of ever doing this full time. Like this was just going to be, I love anything that promotes, healthy lifestyle, weight loss. So when I got into this, I'd done the wraps before. So the products are what really just, provoked me to go for it. I had a great job. I had never, literally I never had any intention of leaving it. And so with this business, what my big thing here is just knowing, if you're brand new, like, yes, if you're going in, like I heard them say, and if you're going in for an extra $200-$300, or maybe you just want to be able to get your nails done or whatever, but just fully know and trust all your leaders that how big this business can be, and what the potential it has. Because that is, if you go in treating it like a $99 investment, you're going to get basically $99 out of it. But if you go in treating this as a small business,
opportunity versus something that can bring you home to your family. Or maybe that's not even a goal. It's like, well, it's not a goal of mine. But sometimes your future takes different paths. And when those paths cross, there's going to be doors open that you may not have ever thought you could even open. But unless you take that first leap and that first step, you won't ever know. Like, I guess, and like when she was talking about building, looking at your chart, like that's huge. Like just knowing what, it's easy when you hear I follow all these different presidential ambassador diamonds, and you hear their life because you can see their life. Like, that they're living a good life. So it's hard when you're in the beginning because you're like, well, like the one, like I think Lauren said, I got $11. I can't see the vision yet. So it's just trusting the process. And that goes in with everything in life. You trust the process and your results will come. Just know that $99 investment could be the investment that you made to literally change your life, your family's life, and a lot of people that are going to follow you's lives. Being able to work from home and not have to do a normal job, like me and my husband are laying in bed right now, like that's life-changing. Like, it doesn't get, we just went to Florida, like I worked from my phone. Like, that is what I want any new person listening, and just knowing that there's so much potential. Now, does it come overnight? Yes. And everyone is going to move at a different pace. And that is what the beauty of it is. There is no quota. There is no timeline. Yes, the bonuses have timelines on them, but that's just an incentive. That's just an incentive to get somewhere, to give you a push. But the real big picture is that residual income, that paying off debt, getting home, long-term, that is what's going to count. So if you miss the bonus, so what? I bet you pushed a lot harder because you knew that bonus was there, and you're probably a lot closer than you were, a month or two ago. And part of that just is just going, that's where us as leaders do come in. We want to be the example. We want to live the example so that you can see what the potential of this business can be. Just take it seriously. Like, if you're going in it for $99, then just take that investment seriously. And I think if you take it seriously, you're going to take it far. And then the other thing for me, like, this is something that my husband will laugh when I say it, is for, this was especially in the beginning, like the first couple of months, I've always been a people pleaser. I want everyone to like me. I want to be the best at whatever I do, but at the same time, I can't stand to have an enemy. By God, if I know I've done something, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to fix it. And I just hate that. So for me, like, when I would post something, and I started using, it was the Crowdfire at first, they've changed it now, you can't see. When I actually saw someone unfollow me or unfriend me, I took it so personally. Like, it hurt my feelings. Like, I was like, oh my God, I almost wanted to message them and be like, why? And I have to understand, like, I was like, who cares? Like, it's not personal. They just don't want to see your post anymore. And the thing I've had to really understand is, people are not going to understand your mission always. Like, that's not, you may see where your destination is, but they don't. They may see it at some point. We've had family members that were totally against what we were doing, thought we were crazy, and have joined since. And one of them is almost a diamond now. So, like, you never know. I've had people unfollow me and then follow me back and sign up as a customer or a distributor because they were still watching, that they just, it takes people there on their own time. So one, I don't take it personally. And I think Alicia said on her video the other day, and I've always said this, is, every no you get, that's your one step closer to your yes. So great. They unfollowed you. The way I look at it now is, okay, like, officially on Facebook, I'm at my limit of 5,000 friends. So you don't want to be my friend, unfollow me, get rid of me, because that's one other person that I can find that needs this business, or I can at least tell about this business too. So don't take it personally. Do not beg someone, but pursue them in a way where, if you see potential, but don't waste every minute and put all your eggs in that person's basket. Just know that if they're not cut out for it, it's okay. But the longer you spend dwelling on that person or why they quit or why they don't want to do this business because you don't understand, that's a rock star that you're missing out on because you're spending time on that person versus looking for the next. So just keep moving forward and keep pushing. And then, you only fail if you quit. So as long as you continue, you'll take it to wherever you want it to go. That's it.
Erica, you're up, my friend.
Okay, hey guys, I swear I'm not playing Barbies, even though it looks like it. This is what happens when you're packing up your entire house to move and this week, and you have really get to start, and it's 4 days till move day. Okay, so yeah, going last sometimes is a little difficult because you all hit the nail on the head on so many things that I feel the exact same way on. One thing I quickly want to share is go get your head wrapped around the idea that you are a business owner, right? Like you are a business owner, and it's okay to post about your business on Facebook. I think about this all the time. My husband owns a restaurant. We post things about his restaurant on Facebook. When we post about things on Facebook about his restaurant, maybe even just what the special is for the day or whatever, we see more traffic. Okay, so he's a standard business. No one judges him and says, "Oh my God, Nick, I can't stand your Facebook post about your restaurant." They like it, or they now want to go in and try something. And the same thing, my dentist has a Facebook page. I see his stuff on my Facebook page sharing like different things and different dental stuff, whatever. I don't look at that and be like, oh my God, I wish you would stop posting that. So we have to wrap our heads around of like, stop overthinking it. Stop thinking that, oh my God, someone's going to be so annoyed with my Facebook post about my business. If they are, that is their issue. If I don't want to see dental health stuff, I can unfollow my dentist, okay? If they don't want to see that, there's an unfollow button. So we need to be okay with posting about our business and not overthink it. That also being said, we are sharing it on our personal page. My husband shares things about his restaurant on his personal page, but he also has, we also have to be personal, right? We also have to share things about our life and our kids and our families and our trips and things like that. So be okay with sharing both parts of your life, okay? Be very proud that you own a business. And I will tell you this, the ones that I have seen in the last 4 years who have blown this business out of the water, whether it was in 6 months' time or in 2.5 years, 4 years, whatever time, it was the day that they decided that they owned a business was the day that changed it all. And it's funny because I just tagged Alicia in a Facebook post. 4 years ago today was my first wrap party, guys. 4 years today is when I decided I owned my own business. 4 years today is when I made that choice. I had joined several months prior, but I never thought of myself as a business owner. But the minute I did that was the minute that I went and I ran. So do that. Tell yourself you're a business owner. Act like a business owner. Sport your clothes of your company that you are, a franchise owner of. Be proud of that. Okay. So the last thing that I want to share, I hope everyone takes this the way that I'm meaning it to be and doesn't rub them the wrong way. But you have to know this. Being poor is a mindset. It's not a destiny. And I have seen in the last 4 years, people who are poor, right? Who need this business, right? Who can't pay their bills, who are struggling, who have debt, who have told me their stories over and over again about how they grew up with no money, they don't want to raise their family with no money, and this and that. And then guys, they don't work. Or they work for a day, or they work for a month, or they're too embarrassed to post things on Facebook. Okay, what I can't understand is you're going to stay in that mindset. You're going to stay in that poor mindset. You're going to stay in that. You don't really want to be out of that because we are giving people an opportunity, right? $99. Get it. It's a lot of money, but it's $99 to change their lives forever. They got to get the poor out of their mind. They've got to know that that's not their destiny. That's their mindset. And so I have learned over these years, and it's taken some time, is when I have someone's story, right, and I have it on my heart just as much. Sorry, guys, low battery. Again, life of a rap girl. Whenever I have someone's story on my heart, okay, and I know that they're struggling and things like that, and then they don't, live to their potential, and they don't work this business to their potential, I used to carry that, right? Like, gosh, I did something wrong, or maybe if I was a better leader or whatever else. And I've come to find out, through these years and through these struggles that they've gone on to have several different jobs. They never stuck at anything. And they don't have the passion for change for their life, for change for their future, for change for their lives. And it's not about us at those moments. When they decide that it's not for them, or they decide that they don't want to work it hard enough, then that's okay. So I wish I would have known that early on. I wish I wouldn't have carried that and known that I gave them the same opportunity that I was given. And this business changed my life. And I wasn't given anything spectacular that, I didn't get an extra kit. I didn't get an extra handbook. None of us did that decided that we were going to be successful at this business. What determined our success was us, was our mindset. So know that you can welcome 100 people to this business, but if their mind isn't right in it, then you can't do much more. You can give them all the tools, you can equip them with everything. Our team pages are filled with all of those things that can make someone successful. But it is not our place to grow someone's business, right? No one's going to grow anyone else's business. We grow our own business. So I just wish I would have known that early on. But that's it. That's all I got.
Hashtag nailed it. Y'all rock that. Like, give me a virtual high five. All right, guys, so awesome. I am so glad we did this to share with everyone. I'm just going to close it out with two more things, just very, very quick things that I wish I would have known. First and foremost, like, I wish I would have understood in the very beginning that this was part of my plan, that God placed this opportunity in my lap for a reason, that this was my destiny, that ItWorks was going to change our life. I wish I just would have known that early on. And I want you to realize that you are here for a reason. You were given this opportunity for a reason. You signed with the person you signed for a reason. You are on our team for a reason. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that God has a plan for you and for this business. And these dreams that you have and these goals that you have for this company and for your family because of this company, like, this company is going to be your vehicle, and these dreams that you have were laid on your heart for a reason, whether that's to make an extra $500 a month, an extra $5,000 a month, or an extra $50,000 a month. Whatever that goal is that you have, they were placed on your heart for a reason, and they were placed there because you have the capability of doing so. So believe in yourself, believe in that dream, and don't let anybody stop you. We were given that dream because we're capable of doing that. And I just wish that I would have known early on that I was capable. My next goal is $46,000 a month, and I wish I would have known very early on that I was capable and I was worthy of that, because it took me a very long time to realize that, and it took me a long time to realize that me asking for more isn't me being a bad person. It's just that we need to realize, I heard this quote a while back, and I want to share this with you. If we have our hands open like this and we're asking God to bless us, whether it be financially, if we have our hands open like this, we're actually able to let these blessings, these financial blessings, flow through. So we're giving to other people. But if we're asking God to bless us financially, and we're taking that finance and doing this and pulling it in and keeping to ourselves, we can't get any more. So if our hands are open and we're allowing those to flow through, we're allowing to help other people, and God is going to continue to bless us exceedingly and abundantly more than we ever thought possible. So realize that, and realize that you asking for more is just a way of God showing that He is truly in this business. So I want you to understand that. And lastly, I want you to understand that it's going to take one thing for you to be successful. Okay, it's going to take you actually deciding to go out and get it and never quitting. Okay, I wish I would have known very early on that success loves speed, because it does, and a couple of the girls touched base on that, like, get out there and run. Don't think you have to know everything that there is to know about the opportunity. Don't think you have to know everything there is to know about the wrap and the products, but know that if you go out there and you share this with as many people as you possibly can, and you just run fast, you're going to get it. But success also loves somebody who is never, ever, ever going to give up. So never give up. And I think we all are glad we know that now, but wish we would have known it very early on. So ladies, thank you again so much for joining me in this. I'm so glad that we did it. You all are amazing rock stars, and I love you all dearly. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys all soon.